Hello everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new, I'm Emily, otherwise known as Shamanism. You can call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner. I'm an author, a musician, an enthusiast of nature, and many other things, including an artist. It's my pleasure to have you here on the channel. That we would talk about something a little more on the serious side today. And it's because I came across something kind of wild online. That's not really the craziest thing to say in 2025. However, it kind of blew my mind on some level to realize the gravity of the situation that I've sort of been peripherally aware of for most of my life because I was, in a way, a part of this community. What I mean by that is a community of people who found themselves sometimes being bullied online. Why am I talking about this? There's a really important reason that I wanted to bring up online bullying because, well, one, because it's something I've dealt with, and to that vein, two, it's not something to be taken lightly at all. And that leads me to the theme of this video. As I was having videos randomly suggested to me one day, and you guys know me pretty well by now, you know I'm a comedic kind of girl, a lot of what gets suggested to me is funny or nature related. So this one caught me a little off guard. It was this video that someone had covered the passing of, I would call them famous with the amount of YouTube following that they had. They had about 2.5 million people following them. This girl's name was Mikayla Raines, and if you haven't looked her up, you should, because what happened to her is just honestly wrong, and essentially was the result of long-time online bullying. Now, I wanted to mention it because, as you guys know, I believe strongly in the power of words, and forget about whether I believe in it. You all, I would hope by now, understand that whether you believe in it or not, there is power in words. And the reason I wanted to make a video about it is because, as I think I recently acknowledged in one of my other videos, is that people don't often think about what it is that they're saying. And there's two factors to that. One is that, think about how what you're saying affects other people. And two is that if you put that thing online, that is there essentially forever until the internet goes down, which, is that ever going to happen? I don't know. I mean, sometimes we can hope, but for the information things, it's good. Lightheartedness aside, what's not funny about this is that the power of many people's words, and what's really shocking about this, to me in particular about this story, was twofold. What made this story particularly moving, besides the fact that someone who had a 2.5 million person following decided to end their life as a result of online bullying after an extended period of however many years. Yeah, so the first reason I mention it is because she was a fox rescuer, for goodness sake. The woman was literally here to do good things. And I get upset because it's like, what is wrong with human beings that they think that they should say something mean to someone who's trying to do something good in the world, when that's honestly pretty rare in the grand scheme. I'm sorry to say. These days, I don't see quite as much good as I wish I did. At any rate, the point is, those words that those people, whoever it was, whatever was said, that they said to her, that was like ironed into her brain. And if you've ever seen the movie Inception, that's kind of a similar concept. The idea that all that it really can take in order to warp someone's mind and really confuse and mess with them, not in a good way, is to just say something really horrible, and it sticks in our brains, and it shouldn't. I wish it didn't. However, the sad fact is, though, the fact of the matter is that a compilation of people's disgruntled and whatever upset comments over time whittled this poor girl's, I don't even know what to call it, resilience down to such a tiny nub that in the end she chose to end her own life, and that is shocking. So the first, particularly shocking thing for me to find out was that she was that successful of a YouTuber, and that many people had hatred for her, and most importantly, that she was a fox rescuer. She was one of the people out here trying to really do something good, and I should stop saying trying, I know. So, and then again, the second major point of this. So one is like, holy cow, people, pay attention, because there are not enough people out there doing good. And if we can get more people out there, for goodness sake, take care with, look after our people, I guess, as a part of this message. And the other part is just, oh my gosh, be thoughtful of what you decide to actually say, whether that's saying it out loud or typing it. because you are essentially still saying that to someone, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. Because just because we don't see the person's face doesn't mean it doesn't have a real serious emotional impact. And that's more the other point of this video. Understand that if you're online, and I know that there's an inherent, risk factor with being online, I still really deeply and heartfeltly invite you to be more careful with what you say everywhere, all the time, with everybody. Be more conscientious, because all I can really think to say is losing someone like that in the world is really truly losing a light which was here to shine and to share all this love. And if you're a content creator of any kind of positivity, the only thing I can think to say in this moment to you is please don't stop creating, and please, please, please do not let those negative comments get to you. And to that end, I just want to say this one thing. I understand what it's like to some extent. Obviously, my breadth of experience is like this compared to bigger YouTubers. I understand what it's like to hear hate comments. And I implore you to tune those out, because for whatever reason, our strange human brains can hear 50 positive comments and then one person says something, one person, and we allow it to implode the positive effect of the other 50 people that saw our videos, saw our piece of artwork, heard our piece of music. So I really deeply invite you, really, because I don't want to see any other creators take their own life energy out of this world because of the words of anyone external. It's just, even themselves, let me correct that fully. No one should be taking themselves out of this life, and certainly not because of online bullying. So I really, really invite you to be cautious online, to be cautious of specifically what you're saying to people, and to think before you hit enter. What am I really putting out there? And honestly, I know it's a kind of a cliche or old school thing to say. If you wouldn't say it to your mother or grandmother or in front of them, don't say it or type it, it's a pretty good rule of thumb. So if this video has helped you, or you know anyone who needs to hear this message, by all means, please do share it with them. Subscribe, as that helps people like me to get the messages that are important like this out to those folks who need to hear them. And last but not least, if you, my beautiful spirit soul, do need any support or coaching, please don't hesitate to reach out at this email address, where it'd be my pleasure to serve you in whatever way I can. So have a beautiful and a blessed rest of your day or night. Stay aware, stay healthy. Namaste, and much love. Bye.